Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography. This is part 3 of our Album of the Decade 1999 series. I'm Jason. With me is Joe.
Greetings and salutations.
And Tim.
Salutations and greetings.
And Bill.
I hate sauerkraut.
That's a fair statement.
Me too. Yeah.
Tim cracked me up earlier. Bill posted a picture of his sauerkraut in our group chat. And Tim's like, "Are you eating cat food? Are you okay?" Crack me up. All right. We're talking 1999.
That's why I'm here.
This is part 3. Here's our current rankings.
So good.
Let us know down below what your favorite albums.
Yeah.
Your favorite albums are down below. Yeah, we got a couple buys. We got No Use for a Name. We got Wesley Willis. We got the Ataris. They're dangling. I don't know if they... Ooh. Chris Rowe, don't hate us. All right. I guess I'll start this one off with The Fragile. Now, I know Trey got my back on The Fragile. I saw him on this tour, actually, in... I think it was 2000. It might have been 2000. May of 2000. And Perfect Circle opened, and that cemented my hatred for Maynard because he was a dick in that show. But
what year was that?
2000.
I saw him in Pensacola, and he was a dick there too. Perfect Circle.
Did you see him on the? Was it with 9 Inch Nails? Oh.
I think it was the Perfect Circle was the headliner.
Oh yeah, they were the opening.
And he just turned. He had his back to us the whole time.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Anyway, The Fragile. This thing is...
He's a misunderstood artist, you guys.
Oh, he's very misunderstood.
he misunderstood that I paid good money to come see his goofy looking ass.
This thing gets better every time I hear it. When it came out, people talk about double disc in the 90s, and everyone goes to Melancholy. But I think this is better than Melancholy. This is a masterpiece. I mean, Trent brought in the guy who mixed Pink Floyd's, I want to say Dark Side of the Moon. Might have been The Wall. But he brought him in. There's actually he does a whole liner notes thing in here talking about that, going to the mortuary in New Orleans. But I love this record. It gets better and better. The sequence, if we ever did 9 Inch Nails, I would struggle with what was their number one. But The Fragile would be a contender for the number one 9 Inch Nails record. I mean, I love this thing.
What was the band I joined that I didn't know anything about? People called me out on?
Tool,
not 9 Inch Nails. Okay.
Yeah, so you could have told your Perfect Circle story then.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic
I gotta
album.
say, this is probably the 9 Inch Nails album I'm least familiar with.
It's a very challenging record. I'll give it that. It is a challenge. It's not like the Downward Spiral or Pretty Hate. Or you got to spend some time with this one to get it. But it gets better and better every time I hear it. Saying that though, it's gonna move up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's gonna move up past Get Up Kids.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna move past that Blink though. I love that Blink 182. It speaks to my soul.
Mm-hmm.
Speaks to my soul. The Fragile speaks to a part of my soul that I'd rather it not speak to.
Fair enough.
All right, Tim. What you got? Oh, Jesus.
Only the album of the decade.
I'll say his number one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think it's any secret here that this is a desert island album. It's got everything you want and more. You want to talk about getting better the more you hear it. This is an album I've listened to easily 300 times in my life. And you can easily put it on right now and I'll listen to it front to back, no problems. And before we even get to the meat grinder, album of the decade comes out towards the end. But this is I can't imagine anything in the grinder going up against this and being better. You might like something more, but this
I've
album
got
is
something.
this is just one of those perfect albums that here we are 26 years later and you still cannot touch this album. It's ahead of its time. It's produced beautifully. It's performed impeccably. Um, Ars Moriendi, the world's only techno polka death metal song. And to this day, I still don't know why Retro Vertigo wasn't the biggest song on every radio station across genre.
Because it's not
Uh,
Californication, man. It's not scar tissue.
no, it definitely isn't. Um, yeah, I mean, this is go back and watch our Mr. Bungle videos, especially after a very challenging and quite possibly the strangest album to come out on a major label ever. Um, what do they do that you wouldn't expect? Well, they put out an album that's actually like rock solid pop music, perfection. It's just perfection. That's the only word for this album.
I was going to buy this on vinyl to show for this video, but I couldn't find it. But I was going to blow Tim's mind.
I've got a couple
yeah,
copies.
this is a good record. This is a good record. I've heard it. I mean, Pink Cigarette alone. It's a good
Which
album.
somehow is its most popular song off Spotify these days.
It's good.
But every song is just gonna it's gonna tickle you in all the best places.
Is it better than Californication? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than Californication.
I mean, Tato's better than that.
Wow, Bill, just calm down back there. Go back and watch our Red Hot Chili Peppers Mother's Milk video. Go back and watch that one.
Or Californication video. I had to go watch it.
If you watch Mother's Milk, you'll get everything you need to know about Californication.
That's
yeah,
an interesting and fair point. Yeah,
I don't even gotta fucking ask.
you don't. Yeah, I'm calling it now. Here's my pick to win the meat grinder.
Well, it's got some tough competition.
It has some competition, and I certainly don't expect it to win, but it's my pick.
Mm-hmm. That's my feeling about kind of grows August and everything after. I'm like,
Sure.
is that the best album of the decade? Absolutely. Is it going to win?
Well, maybe we'll do that after the end. No matter what wins, we'll just say, well, my album of the decade personally is blank.
Yeah. So forget you heard that here. Wait till the end.
Right. Yeah. Forget that you heard Mr. Bungle, California's Tim's number one.
I'll scream
Power
it
of
from the
editing.
rooftops.
Those
Even
little
the
Men in
bombs
Black
and the
thing.
scarecrows will sing.
All right, Bill, what you got next?
Toby Keith,
Botch.
album number 2. Oh.
Got Botch. We Are the Romans. So this is one that when I was researching came across my list. And I gave it a listen. And I'm like, okay. This wasn't if you asked Bill of 3 years ago to listen to this album, it would not be a Bill album whatsoever. But Bill that listened to this album for the first time 2 months ago, this is a damn good album. Um, it just kicks you in the nuts right off the bat. And this album, tempo wise, does not slow down from a fast ass beat until swimming the channel. I mean, and it's just the song, it's just going. It's intense lyrics. There's some interesting guitar work. The drums are actually really good throughout this whole thing. Um, it's a lot of volume, but that worked well for it, I felt. Uh, I didn't know, going in, I wasn't familiar with it. I'm like, okay, I'll put it on there. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is top 10 my first listen through. Second listen through, it only got better. And then I listened to it again today, and it shook up my rankings even more. And this was an album that has really grown on me. Um, I've talked about before, where like I don't know the exact term for it, but like yelling, singing, or like where you're just like shouting while still singing.
Post-hardcore sound.
Post-hardcore sound. Usually I'm not a fan of it, and usually I call bands out for doing it a lot of times because I'm just. It's not that I think it's lazy, but just it does. I feel like it doesn't add a lot of value. For
But it's done well.
this album not only did it well, like to the point where it's like I'm enjoying this heavily the whole way through. Um, I would say Frequency Ass Bandit is probably my favorite song on this album. Um, and I mean, there's 100% not a song that I would skip on this album. I don't know if I actually listened to Untitled though. I know Man
Looks
of the
like that's a
Ramparts was
bonus track of some sort.
yeah.
It said hidden on Wikipedia. I'm assuming Spotify
I mean,
has this track 10.
Let's say let's because I listened to because I had it's not so much I had issue because I listened on YouTube for all my stuff, and I just listened to the album version straight through. So I don't know if Untitled maybe just got rubbed in with Math the Ramparts for the timestamps, or if it got separated. Which I liked all of Man the Ramparts, so maybe I
So,
listened to it. It was great. Maybe I didn't, and I have to go find it.
my only problem here is long before 1999, I was saying I want to be a sex symbol on my own terms. So I'm a little upset about,
You should have copyrighted it, man.
yeah, I'm a little upset about them
Right.
You
stealing
should
that
have trademarked it.
from me.
Well, I mean, did you make sure that you were asking for it on your own terms?
I mean, I was. I was pulled into the principal's office many times in elementary school because I kept saying these words. So
I mean,
uh,
to be fair, Joe, you definitely have that right said Fred look down.
that's right.
Yeah, that's true. I have no idea that this existed in 1999. I had no idea it existed in 2025 until Bill put it on his fucking list. The only thing I can contribute is it's a pretty decent album art. Other than that, I couldn't tell you shit about this. Never heard it.
So knowing you, Jason, you probably wouldn't like this one that much.
Probably not. Probably
Because
not.
I remember when we did the High on Fire review, you're like, no,
So this is like High on Fire?
kinda.
I don't know if I'd go that far. It's a little more post-hardcore than High on Fire.
I mean, that's what it reminded me of
That's two different things. I mean, High on
obviously,
Fire is not post-hardcore.
Yeah, I'm assuming I can't name a post-hardcore band off the top of my head, but doesn't seem like a genre that really fits my musical taste necessarily.
So it's going to be his number 2. Oh, well, let's rank it.
Yeah, let's see where
Let's see where old Botch falls on the list here.
Botchamania.
Botchamania kicking your ass in 2025.
I'm with you. I am a fan of the album.
Yeah, the album cover's cool. I'll give him that.
All right.
Well, we know it's gonna fucking beat these
So
three here.
it's better than all that. Yeah, better than Toby Keith.
Hey, you fixed the Eminem thing.
Oh yeah, I did that while you were gone.
Mm.
He wasn't gone.
If y'all don't know what we're talking about, watch episode 1 or part 1 and 2.
Nah, that was some cut content that ain't gonna see the light of day when I fix that Eminem.
Is it better than Brad and Blink? That is the question.
That's the question.
That's two totally
I
different
don't know.
things there.
Yeah, I honestly have no opinion.
Well, and Botch is the third completely different thing. So
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like all three of these bands are completely different.
Have you heard Fugazi? How does this stand up against Fugazi?
The Botch album, I'd say better.
Do what you're gonna do, man. Do what you're gonna
it's a
do.
good post-hardcore band, though, to call out Fugazi.
Okay.
I
know them.
I'm gonna pull a mulligan. Blank's gonna go to 4, Brad's gonna go number 2, and Botch is gonna go number 3.
Wow.
I don't love this.
Oh, I already knew Blink was out. When you put it out, it was out. I had no.
I thought we might have it in there.
Okay.
Our notes are gonna fucking be perfect. I fucking called it. All right, Joe.
What do I got? I've got a feeling I know what I have.
What have we got? What have we got? That's a good question. Oh, I ain't got this. You on your own here.
Yeah. Okay. So Incubus, who was it? Was it her? That was talking. He and I were talking about it. Was he likes their mainstream albums better than the kind of their unknown stuff.
I mean, this is the mainstream album, though, right?
There's two. In my opinion, there are two mainstream albums by them, and I like.
Oh,
both
this
of
is
them.
the one after it or whatever.
Yes,
Yeah.
And so, Incubus, I was I got this album late, much later than 99. I think I got this in probably like 2002.
Oh, you were
3.
there for 99, man. Body me, baby.
I've got to shout out TK101, Home of the Rock. Actually won this CD from them for knowing the 3 Faith No More songs they played. When they're like, do you know the title? And they gave me this.
Those fuckers owe me a fucking CD too, because I guessed some Green Day songs.
I still have it though. It's still got that TK101 tag on it.
I didn't go pick it up.
So I like this album all the way through. This one I can listen to all the way through it. I love the start off with Privilege. Nowhere Fast is great. Just keep going. Stellar, Make Yourself. I didn't realize Drive was on this album. I thought Drive was on the next one.
Nope.
For some reason.
Oh, no.
It's this one.
It's this one.
So great. Pardon Me being so late in album and it being like the big one from this for a long time.
I mean, it's a big one, but I would argue Drive's even bigger.
Yeah, I would say Drive's bigger.
I personally, but Pardon Me, I'm a huge fan of. I love that song.
God, that song is so
my favorite
bad.
Song. It's fun to sing along to.
No,
This is just a fun album. I'm not a huge Incubus person. I always wanted to like more of their albums than I did. But this is probably my favorite. I only like 2.
Incubus is a band that's like, hey guys, we gotta have a turntable scratcher to make it 1999 type band. They were already late to the fucking trend at this point.
I saw them in early 2000 live, and I actually walked out on them.
I don't know how they'd be live. I don't think it would be an enjoyable experience, to be perfectly honest.
It wasn't, and to be fair, the opening act was Mr. Bungle, so I was already done.
Yeah, you're like, I've seen what I need to see.
Yeah,
How
but
the
they came out and were
fuck?
so bad. We were just like, we're done. We're out.
mean,
because I was more than willing to check them out. You know.
Yeah, I their album is fun. What is the one previous to this? It was like Science or whatever. I tried to listen to it while we
Yeah.
were going through this, and I was like, this sucks. I'm not a huge fan. And then I was like, oh, I don't know if Incubus Make Yourself is going to hold up. But it did. It's great.
Very well produced album.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
think
very
so.
Ed Connick album cover right there, though. I'll give him that.
Can't disagree with that.
Uh, um, let's see. Where did I put this?
I mean, this is squarely at number 8 for me in your rankings.
Oh, no. It beats Californication.
Gong Li, man.
I don't count Gong Li as being on.
I know.
Yeah,
know,
it's
but
not on
still,
the album.
I know, but
Unfortunately.
If it were, that album would probably be higher or where it's at. Because I love Gong Li. So yeah, that's it. It's going to go above Californication.
well,
That seems fair, though. That does seem fair.
know.
And with that, No Use has locked up a bye.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
duh.
can't lose.
Have you heard that album?
Ataris and Wesley Willis still on the chopping block.
Yeah, they're still dangling there.
I don't think Wesley's getting knocked out.
Wow, we got some shit coming. I got some shit coming. What I got? Joe Stoll.
Oh,
Steal one from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm for County Crows, motherfucker. What's up? Technically, I saw them on this tour. It was Woodstock 99.
Awesome.
It was, we were packing up our shit to go because things were getting bad. And I looked over at my Woodstock mates and I said, I'm not leaving until I see the fucking Counting Crows. So we meandered over there and we watched them, and they opened with Hanging Around, which is probably one of the least good songs on this record. It's such a generic, it's a fun song. It's a good opening track, but it's super repetitive. But then you get Mrs. Potter's Lullaby, which is 8 minutes long, I think. 8-9 minutes long.
Is it a 9?
It's the same notes. It's the same piano thing through the whole song. It's the same riff. But lyrically, it takes you on a fucking journey across. It's so good lyrically. Mrs. Potter's Lullaby is one of my favorite Counting Crow songs. Amy Hit the Atmosphere. That's a top song contender. 4 Days, I could take it or leave it. All My Friends, take it or leave it. I'm more on the take it side. High Life. Colorblind, that was that Cruel Intentions song, I think. It got big on that. Whatever. Witty lyrics, I guess. But I Wish I Was a Girl is one of the best fucking songs about being in a relationship and being accused of infidelity, and it's just genius song lyrics. It's so fucking good. Speedway, St. Robinson is Cadillac Dream, one of the best Counting Crows closers. And then you got the hidden track kid things, which is like just them goofing off and fucking around in the studio. It's fun. This Desert Life's a good record. It's a good record. It's not my favorite Counting Crows. I don't think it was in my top 3 Counting Crows. But it's still, there's some bangers on here. There's some top tier Counting Crows on this record. Joe?
Yeah, I've got it also, and we have some disagreements on this album. But the thing that I really will agree with you on, well, there are other things I agree with you on strongly, but Hanging Around, I love that it is the opening track.
It's a good opening track.
it's a fun opening track, and then we get to Down to Business. I would hate for it to be anywhere else. In my like, I like Hang Around. I think it's a fun song. It's the song that really got me to notice the Counting Crows more. Like, we knew the Long Decembers and the Mr. Jones of the world. Like,
It
I'd
lays
heard
out
them.
like that earthy, like just a band hanging out in the studio type vibe that they were going
Mhm.
for here.
It was just
Like,
fun, and I remember riding around listening to, like, it would come on the radio, and you're like, "Oh shit, this song's good." So spring break, I think I got This Desert Life, and I got August and Everything After the same time. And no, I didn't. I got This Desert Life. I got another album. I can't remember what it was. Who knows what the fuck that album was, because this album was so good. And then I started buying more kind of gross. Like, I bought August and Everything After and recovered. I was like, holy shit! And this is where my true love or obsession with kind of gross came from. But hey, fun song. I'm glad it's where it is, because if you put it later, it just doesn't really fit with some of the heavy hitters as we go through. Mrs. Potter's Lullaby. Who would put Hanging Around, the like goofy fun radio hit, and then like 8 or 9 minutes of I'm infatuated with Mrs. Potter? I'm like, why? Who would do that?
it works.
And
Like, it works
yeah, it's
together, like with the
amazing.
clapping at the end of Hanging Around, and it just kicks in with that dun, 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 dun. Like, it feels like a band. It doesn't feel like separate studio tracks. It feels like them jamming in the studio. Like, it just kind of
Mhm.
rolls into one song from the next.
Did you say
Amy,
clapping?
yeah,
Yeah,
some
clapping.
clapping.
Bands clapping for the artist playing the song, like after the
Oh,
song
okay.
is over,
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
not part
okay.
of the song.
Not
Okay.
not
Oh,
Applause.
yeah, that's okay.
Actually,
That's
I
okay.
think I think there is clapping and Hang Around, isn't there?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
Amy Hit the Atmosphere, great song. 4 Days, great song. All My Friends, amazing. High Life, amazing. So those songs, they're not a take it or leave it for me. I think they're all amazing. Um, Colorblind, I love Colorblind. I had no idea it was at the end of Cruel Intention when I first heard it.
I think that's the movie
So
it's on.
it is. And then people, blew up because of that movie, and they're like, "Oh, Colorblind, the Cruel Intention song," and I was like, "What are y'all talking about?" I was like, it's a kind of gross song. And so I found out I was in the movie later. I love Colorblind. Wish I Was a Girl, top tier song. I mean, just absolutely amazing. Why Jason's that? Just amazing. The mentality of it, and being like, hey, I wish I was a girl so that you'd believe me. Um, Great lines. Speedway is my only one where I'm like, okay, I could take that leap. I think it's great. But it's not like an essential song to me throughout these. Um, St. Robinson Cadillac Dreams is an amazing closer. What a song. Um, so good. And then Kid Things, like Jason was saying, it's them goofing around up until like they're just goofing around the whole time, and then they just all of a sudden come out with just a banger. I mean, just an
Yeah,
amazing song that just
yeah.
pops. Like, we're just fucking around, and then you have Kid Things, and this isn't even like a real song on the album.
You can
Uh,
tell they just came up with it on the fucking fly in the studio.
yeah. Uh, so fantastic album. It's not my favorite Counting Crows album, but
I was a day one
it is in the
buyer
top
of
three.
this. And fun fact, this is the November 2nd is the same day Rage Against the Machine's Battle of Los Angeles came out and the Foo Fighters There's Nothing Left to Lose came out. All on that same day. And I basically got my paycheck and cashed it out in the CD warehouse, CD store I worked at, and like came home with 3 CDs that day. It's like, fuck. That was a good day of music right there.
But if you want to see us wax more poetic about Counting Crows, there's Jason and I have just the two of us,
Just the
more
two
intimate,
of us.
more intimate.
Oh, yeah, that's season 2, I think. That goes way back.
I mean, we probably won't ever
very,
revisit the Counting Crows
very few
because,
views, I'm sure, because it is just a love song too. It was great.
Yeah, it's definitely there, though. Check it out.
and check out our upcoming review of the Butter Miracle, the complete
Ooh,
sweets.
I have some to that.
So, I guess I drew it. I talked a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think we have to ask me, but I'm curious where you're putting it.
Oh yeah, I'll just guess yours. Let's see. You're gonna go. It's better than all that. It's gonna kick the Ataris out. It's gonna move these two down. It's gonna go number one. Just guessing.
You guessed correctly.
Where did I put it?
Number 9.
I just want to listen to that.
And it's
right
gonna
now.
stay right there, at number 10. This is for 1,000 Leaves, Sonic Youth. No. It's gonna kick the Ataris out, and it's gonna move Wesley Willis down, and it's gonna go right there.
From a buy to not even in the grinder. The story of the Ataris.
It's not my favorite Counting Crows, but for I Wish I Was a Girl and Amy Hit the Atmosphere and St. Robinson and Mrs. Potter,
Campaigns.
shout out Mrs. Potter, it goes number 2. All right, Tim.
So we get Cool Keith's second entry this year. This was like a golden age for Cool Keith. Nothing but just rad beats. The whole personification of the Black Elvis, who's also lost in space. Yeah, just another banger of a underground hip hop album that, like, at this point, hip hop is really kind of homogenizing to the point where it's all starting to sound the same. And so it's harder and harder to find artists that are doing interesting things. And Cool Keith, I think, is definitely one of those artists. He's been around since the 80s, ultramagnetic MCs from back in the day. But here he is still experimenting, still providing lyrics that, yeah, like, there are very few rappers in the history of hip hop I think could compete with Cool Keith in a freestyle. The shit Cool Keith says is hilarious. It's poignant. He's just a master he's a master MC. This is another banger album in his eclectic discography. Yeah, you want some banger late 90s hip hop? Can't go wrong with Black Elvis, Lost in Space.
I got nothing for this.
I'm writing this down in my and along with the Dr. Octagon and everything because I'm curious. I want to hear, even if it doesn't make the grinder. I do want to listen to these.
Yeah, no, you should. Highly recommend. I was definitely listening to this in 99 and beyond. And yeah, even revisiting it recently. Like, this thing holds up. It's just a timeless hip hop album.
I will say his other album cover is better, album art wise.
Yeah.
This is very like Lenny Kravitz 1999.
No, his shirt's buttoned up.
Oh,
Well, yeah, you're not seeing the
Yeah, and
it's like
his pants are
insecure
buttoned.
Lenny Kravitz 99.
more modest.
Yeah.
Didn't his daughter make a joke about him, like on the Hollywood Walk of Fame or something, not having his shirt unbuttoned? They're like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, I don't know. We gotta do Lenny
I
Kravitz
mean, that dude's in
discography.
his 60s and he
Yeah.
still looks that good. Who's
Yeah.
going to fault him?
Amen. Yeah, y'all definitely need to do. Y'all need to do.
We gotta do some fucking
Not me.
Lenny Kravitz. That's a Bill pick right there.
Oh, that's definitely a Bill pick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, saying that, where does Cool Keith stand? Is he better than Dr. Doom? I don't think he
Well,
is.
yeah. I don't think he is either. I think I do like that Dr. Doom album a little bit more.
Yeah, I think you're
But-
gonna
but-
have it right behind.
Yeah, right behind Works. But yeah, 2 entries this year. Cool Keith and Mike Patton are both just like dominating.
All right.
I like that.
All right, Bill. What you got next?
Some bullshit.
How dare
Well,
you
explain.
say
What kind of bullshit you got, Bill?
I got Saves the Day.
What kind of bullshit is this?
Yeah, never heard of them.
Yeah. I only heard of him in passing, honestly, before this. Not even trying to be sarcastic about that. Uh, you know, what?
Interesting album title, though. I wonder where they got that from.
Yeah, it's. I can't even remember what it's referenced to right now offhand. Gotta love.
Devo.
Oh
Go
yeah,
back and
that
watch
makes
the
sense.
Devo albums.
That's right. We just did those. Um, so
Eliminate the ninnies and the twits.
this was another one similar to Botch that I hadn't heard this album prior to like making my list. That I saw it, like okay, like it. So I'm like, yeah, give it a listen. I gave it a listen. Like, okay, like this is a solid album the whole way through. Um, Say again, not a bad song on this one, which actually has been every album I've had this year. And nothing. I shouldn't say. The Last Lie I Told and Shoulder to the Wheel stood out to me as songs. Really like both of those. Really no low point dips whatsoever. Was overall very pleasantly surprised, which is why it made my list. Um, it was definitely a quality album, and yeah, I don't have any in-depth like connection to this album or this band, so it's it was an interesting listen for me.
I also have this album, and I was a little late to the party as far as Save the Day. I didn't hear about Save the Day until I don't know, sometime in the mid aughts. Um, and what I heard of Save the Day to begin with, I didn't like. I was like, not really for me. And then what's the song? Funeral? Is there a song? Anthem, something come Anthem of Your Underground.
Yeah, that's the album after this, I think.
Yeah. So that song became
Yeah.
kind of popular, and I was like, oh, I like how this song sounds. I thought like this is a cool sounding song. Let me go back and check some of the other stuff. And so I heard a few different things. Didn't really care for it, and then I don't know who introduced me or told me to listen to this album. Somebody did. Someone said listen to Through Being Cool, so I did. Probably Jason. Could very likely. Most of the time when it comes to that. So I listened to this album and I was like, holy shit, this isn't really like he didn't have that vinyl back then. He had like a 8-track.
Fuck, I had a CD, motherfucker.
So I listened to it and
I paid good
really
money for a
enjoyed
Saves the
this
Day on
album.
8-track, though.
That'd be awesome. Starting off with All Star Me, amazing. I love You Vandal, Shoulder Wheel, Hollyhocks, Forget Me Nots, Third Engine, The Last Lie I Told, Through Being Cool. Another funny story is, the line is I'm through being cool, so I'll be singing that sometime. I don't know who would. I'm pretty sure it was my wife stopped me at one point and be like, you have to be cool to begin with to be through being cool. And I was like, zinger.
Right? You ain't a has been.
You got me. Yeah, you got me there. Thanks. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this album of Saves the Day. There is another album by Saves the Day that I enjoy that's later in the discography, but besides that, they're kind of hit or miss.
Well, have you heard anything before Through Being Cool?
Yes.
They were pretty hardcore before this.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of them before.
They were probably harder than this Botch band that I've been hearing about. But
we got compared to High on Fire, though. So,
well, yeah, Saves the Day was no High on Fire as far as that goes. I don't think Botch is either, though. But I don't know. We'll see.
We shall see.
This was my first Saves the Day. I can't remember the name. I can see the album cover. I even have like a super rare misprint copy of that record. I'm sure I'll show it when we get to the 2000s. But this is my first saves the day. Automatically, the album art, Joe, despite what your wife says, that's you and me sitting on that couch. We went to many parties where we were sitting on the couch while everybody else was having a good old time, and you and I were like, oh shit, they got a Super NES here. Let's play some fucking Mario Kart while everybody else is like partying and doing their thing. It's not it's a concept record, but loosely. It's pop punk, and it's probably their only pop punk record because they kind of lean towards the emo with the next record, or at least modern day, like the pop punk emo transition.
Hot Topic?
Yeah, they kind of go into the Hot Topic, and then after that they go like hardcore emo, and that album sucks. I think that's Colquitt's favorite. I don't know, but In Riviere sucks.
Hardcore emo sounds like one of those Christian death metal oxymorons to me.
It's, well, I used the word hardcore wrong. I don't know how you describe it.
No, and I get it, especially in the 2000s, because everything that came out of Hot Topic was hardcore, even there was nothing hardcore.
We'll talk about that album in the 2000 when we do album of the decade 2000s.
Okay.
Going back to Through Being Cool, though, I love this record. I mean, Hollyhocks, Forget Me Nots. There's a lot of good shit on here. The Vast Spoils of America. All Star Me, I think that's a great opening track.
Oh, that's a great.
But I don't think they, compared to like Enema of the State, like what Blink was doing, what the Ataris were doing, what fucking other bands on my list were doing at the time, Newfound Glory in Florida, there's a very like sameness to this record. Like there's not a lot of variation on this album. So
kind of by the book.
Well, it's by the book, but like
they cooked up something good, but they never changed. They just kept cooking that
yeah,
same
like
thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, Shoulder the Wheel's a top song contender though. Like that's one of those like band like we're hitting the road as a band type songs,
Sure,
They all have them. The Ramones had them. Like everybody has that song. Where like
everybody has it for sure.
We're a touring band song.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's a good one, but overall, it's a good album though. I mean, I got it on vinyl.
It's real good. But yeah, like Jason, their subsequent albums. There's one sometime in the later aughts that I.
They
enjoy.
do
I
have a
don't know what it's
late.
called.
They are one of those bands like you give up on them, and they just
Maybe
come
it's
up with
even
an
the
album,
teens.
and
I
you're
doubt
like,
it.
holy shit, what the fuck? Yeah, they do have a late album. We'll probably get to that in the 2010s, but they're not a consistent band. I'll give them that.
Did we all three have them, or is it just Bill and I?
Just you and Bill.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I mean, the Bouncing Souls are better. The Get Up Kids were better. The Ataris, Blink, No Use. 99 was a tough year in pop punk.
Yeah, it was. Bill, I think this one was yours to start with, since I can't find my notes. So.
All right, let's stick this guy. We're gonna stick it right after Eminem.
Right after Eminem.
Not like above it. I'm sorry, I should have clarified what I meant by after. But like
But
after
not
moving
better
Oh
than
yeah,
Toby.
okay.
But it
yeah.
doesn't beat Toby Keith.
No.
All right, Joe.
We're going to put it above Californication.
You
We're going to
hater.
put it above Incubus. I think that's where we're going to slaughter.
I'd agree with that. I think it's better than those two records. The Get Up Kids is so strong.
It's yeah, that's
It's
such a strong
so
record.
strong.
I would like to pull a mulligan here.
Oh shit! I just blew us way the fuck up.
So
All right, what are you doing?
I'm throwing the Ataris in the grinder.
You
Bouncy
taking?
Souls. I like the Bouncy Souls. That's not my favorite one of their albums. And this is like my second favorite Ataris album. So
I thought it was your number one.
Resurrection from the
no.
dead.
What was your number one?
My number one is uh what the fuck is it called?
In This Forever.
Yes.
That's fair. We'll get to that album.
I was like, it's the fucking first Atari's album that I fell in love with. I was like, this album's so fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right. Now I kind of cheated here because it's not
But
technically.
you weren't
an
the
album.
only one.
I wasn't the only
It's the
one.
only one. I didn't put
Oh.
it in here for the reasons you're about to talk about, but
I cheated. I mean, but then I got to thinking, like, Tim put Jar of Flies, and somebody else had another EP that was weird at some point. So I was like, fuck it.
I did put live albums though, so I can't hold to.
Yeah, that's right. Live
I
albums.
mean, I put the Weisenheimer's EP in, so
Yeah. See,
yeah.
everyone. This is my cheat. The fucking decline.
Everyone had a little something, something.
And this
for
is a
sure.
great one to cheat.
and this, but I mean, that's it. I mean, this could be in the format of like a Melvin's album, where like it's one long song, and then all it needed was like one more song, and it would have been
Yeah.
an
This is
album.
this is an institution, so I don't hold it against anybody.
I mean, to me, this could be song of the decade for me.
Clams have
It's
feelings.
it's up there
or-
with asshole. Cause I'm an asshole. Like it's up there with that.
That made the grinder.
It did make the grinder.
So weird.
You're welcome.
I mean, I mean, it's the decline, dude. It's like I remember I saw them play this live during the War on Errorism tour. Maybe I can't remember. No, it was 2006. So they were on like some shitty
Pump
record.
up the volume.
No, they were past that. It was like wolves. I can't remember what but they played this song. I mainly went to see the opening act because it was Lawrence Arms.
So I'm a late comer onto the NoFX train. Like I found out about NoFX right when they were doing their last show, basically.
You got some catching up to do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So the
and then just
decline
tell
is.
everybody you were there in 50 years. No one's going to question you.
Oh gosh, no. Yeah, I was in Riot Fest. Yeah.
Exactly.
So the declines song. If I
It's
ever
like
like,
that meme that, sorry to interrupt, but it's like that meme going around. It's like, nobody could prove that you weren't a regional manager at Toys R Us or Radio Shack.
Right.
or shop,
You know, like go ahead, put that on your
Circuit City,
resume.
might as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
But
I used to own Circuit City. In fact,
what's great is Bill. How did you hear the decline? Did you just see that NoFX had an album come out in 1999 because of the decade?
they're talking like
series?
the first time I heard the decline.
Yeah.
No, I was just listening to NoFX and the decline came on.
and blew you away.
And I'm like, holy shit, this is a 20-minute long song.
Yeah,
At first, I thought it was like I thought it was like an album or something. Like, no, this is just one song. Okay. And yeah, I mean, it's a phenomenal song. I mean, Clams Have Feelings too. It's actually another great song as well. And I like how lyrically the decline is phenomenal. Um, There's really never a time to not listen to it. Is the way I describe it. Like you can listen to Decline while doing just about anything.
I
You're
think the
working
first
out,
time,
listen to the Decline.
I
You're
mean,
driving in your car on your way to work, listen to the Decline. You're going to a rock concert, listen to the Decline. You're falling asleep, listen to the Decline. You're drinking, listen to the Decline. Like you just always listen to it.
to close
you're
out like the 1990s with Bill Clinton and the 2000 election around the corner.
Yeah.
It just set up the next decade perfectly. Like it just called
Yeah.
everything out. Right, it was right on the cusp of what the
Well, and that's
2000s
gonna
were.
lead. That's gonna lead right into my last album too.
to throw in something real quick here for Nofx. I remember I just gotten into started listening to NoFX, like Laurie Myers, Linoleum, things of that nature. And Jason's like, "Well, have you heard the Decline?" And I was like, "No." So he either let me borrow the real CD that you had, or you burned one for me and sent me like, oh, it was like a party gift. And so put it in my CD player in the car and was like,
Parting
I
gift to
got to my
where?
house.
Where were you going?
I back to my house.
Oh,
And
down
I
down
didn't.
the street.
I thought you was like leaving to Yellowstone or
No, no,
something.
no. This and I don't even think I got. I don't think I finished it before I got home. I think it was still. I was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Where'd all the stupid people go?
That was my 2 cents. Sorry, and I love the album art.
Yeah,
It's badass.
it's very 80s, very like Reagan esque,
Yeah,
like Dead
punk rock.
Kennedys type
Yeah.
feel to it. It's a good one. It's a banger. You can't fuck with the Decline.
Hmm.
Sadly, when we do No Effects, we'll probably have to do them as a Sabbath Sunday because there's a lot of shit to get into with No Effects. A lot of
For
like
sure. Yeah.
7 inches and 43 or 44 songs that weren't good
I mean, if
enough.
any band can rival the Melvins as far as just ridiculous number of releases,
It's No Effects, yeah.
it's no effects. Yeah.
So this wouldn't count as like a ranking. This would be an honorable mention, but it would sure as fuck be an honorable mention. This is one of the best things they've ever done.
I mean, I think the Decline and Clams Have Feelings too would both end up on the top songs list by someone.
Oh, wait till we get to pump
Oh,
up the volume, man. Clams Have Feelings 2 is like a low point on that record. You got Dinosaurs Will Die. What I Hate About Mondays. I mean, that's a banger record. People sleep on Pump Up, but I love
That
Pump Up
was
the
a
Volume.
banger. I remember that one. Yeah.
Well, saying that, where are we ranking
The
it?
hardest part about this,
The hardest thing. We need two of them, right?
yeah,
Where are you putting it, Bill? You want me to go first? I'll go first. I don't give a fuck.
yeah, you can go first.
you scared? Say scared.
It's better than that. It's better than that. It's better than that. I can't put above Nine Inch Nails, though. It's going to sit right there.
Yeah, I'm surprised how low your Bouncing Souls is.
That was. Yeah, I know. I from my from 10 to 1 are all like perfect records to me in my heart. Like I love them all.
Bill, what you got?
That didn't
Where
help
all
me.
the
Yeah.
stupid people come. How
I mean,
they get to
here's my
be
dilemma that I'm
so
wrestling with.
dumb.
Right, it's an EP, but like it could arguably be an album.
That's where I was
Like it's hard.
Yeah, that's where I was like
It's a
struggling.
punk rock album.
Yeah.
Earth AD is only what, 13 minutes?
It's like a 22-minute.
I mean, that's like the Descendants album right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, get it all the way right way. I mean, it's better than Blank.
If you ever like watch, like you hear Fat Mike talk about it, like he bitches so much about the decline. He's like, it was a pain in the ass to fucking write and record, like smelly bitches about it.
And here's where I get to the dilemma here at the end.
You got the horns. Na, 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 na.
Now, look, I'm gonna tell you, if you put it in the grinder, it's getting votes.
Oh, it'll get votes for sure. But are you gonna make
God,
friends or enemies?
The beauty is,
It's a pain in the
I don't
ass,
have to
is what
listen
it
to it.
is.
Because right now, all three of your top threes are in wave one of the grinder. If you have any chance of getting to wave two of any of your 99 picks, the decline's your last hope.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Well, it
Weird Al
depends on
might
what
get a
the.
vote or two.
Yeah, Weird Al might
Depends
make
on what
it.
he goes.
Weird Al might make it depending on what it's going against.
That's
I mean,
fair.
out of those three, if it goes up against Brad Paisley, it's going to win for sure. If it goes up against Meatloaf, it's going to win. But do you want to take that chance?
I'm gonna. God, this is really hard, actually. I'm gonna stick it at number 2, but put Brad Paisley down at number 4.
Oh shit!
Oh, we called it. We called it.
Wait, Paisley's going to 4.
4.
Nofx is going to 2. That's
Actually, it's gonna go to 1.
Jason.
It's gonna beat out Weird Al.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Is this? Did y'all call this?
Oh, you damn right we called it. I gotta figure out where I wrote it.
We got the order wrong, but we called the 3.
We called out Weird Al,
Hang on,
Botch,
hang on.
NoFX.
I'll be damned. Well, they got you pegged over there.
Tim
Fair
actually
enough.
called the Botch. I was like, it maybe Blink, and Tim's like, no, it's gonna be Botch. It's gonna be Botch. I'm like, okay,
Why did you think Botch was gonna be it? Like, just
because you said you listened to it, you re-listened to it again today. That's what.
Yeah. And after the day you had, like, I know why you're listening to something.
Uh-huh. After the day
Yeah.
you had, it wasn't a.
Y'all didn't guess for me. Come on, I feel left out.
Oh,
We did that for you, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, we did guess for you. We didn't write it down though, but you
Y'all
actually.
But we're not wrong. We're not wrong.
Yeah, we're not wrong. We totally called what your top 3 were. Tim thought you was gonna put Lawrence Arms. I said, nah, that's not Joe's Lawrence Arms. But going in 2000, Lawrence Arms gonna get a buy
Oh,
every
for sure. Lawrence
fucking
Arms is-
record.
that's an
Every
easy one.
fucking record.
I knew
not,
Jason
Maybe not
knew my
Ghost
top
Stories. Ghost Stories might not get a buy depending on what comes out that year.
Mm.
Apathy and Exhaustion from Onward buys
Oh,
easily.
All right, Tim's got one left.
Oh shit! Yeah, I thought
Saving
we
the
was
worst
done.
for last.
Saving the worst for last.
No.
No,
Sewage
for real.
on
Go
the
back to watch our episodes. We've covered Typo Negative. They're a dark band. They're known for their darkness and their sense of humor. And what you get here is their darkest album. This, quite simply, every song is just drawn out. Speaking of 20-minute songs, right, guys? But so dense, so creative. It closes with the Beatles medley. Yeah, just an amazing album that not only calls out like where the world's gonna happen, but also kind of sums up the way the '90s went, where like we thought there was hope, but no, there isn't. Yeah, super dark, dense. Pyretta's Blaze, All Hallows Eve, Everyone I Love Is Dead, White Slavery. Like, there's so many good songs on here. Um, Incredible album. Go back and watch our Typo Negative reviews. We covered all their albums. And yeah, still one of my favorite bands.
Old format. We could redo them too.
One of my favorite bands. You never have to give me an excuse to listen to Typo Negative.
We have to bring Cat back though, because Cat was great. Shout out Cat.
Hi, Cat.
Yeah, her love for Typo Negative is as deep as mine. You know, it's an amazing band. It's one of those bands. If you don't get it, you're not going to get it. But once you get it, they're one of the most unique bands in the history of rock and roll. They're amazing.
Yeah, this is a good one. I'll give you that. It ain't beating that Bungle or that patent bias.
No, and I think even the members of Typo Negative would agree it's not better than Wesley Willis either. However, as much as I love that SOD album, this is one of those cases where I probably would choose to listen to SOD over this, but this is clearly the better album. So our grinder is set.
Yeah,
we have the 90s chosen.
Let me slide some shit over here. Poop. What? No. I didn't do that.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. So Wesley Willis with a bye.
Wesley Willis, County Crows with a bye.
No use
for a name.
Okay.
1990's coming out swinging.
All the stupid people go.
I'm gonna tell you what, Bill, your decline pick there into the grinder is going to make things very difficult at some point.
Yeah, that's a shake-up right there. That's a shake-up.
Yeah. But this is it, guys.
Because that could arguably be the album of the decade.
Yeah.
All right, let me put these buys in here. Okay. Wesley got a buy.
That's hilarious.
I mean,
predictable.
Operation Cock, baby.
Operation WW.
Right.
The Counting Crows got a buy.
Mm-hmm. Not a surprise.
Well, it was
actually, it kind of was. I didn't know if you were going to put them.
Well, because after remember Operation CC last in 1998, you was on shaky ground. I didn't know if you was going to do right, but you did right. So Bill actually saved you. Bill put the Counting Crows, This Desert Life. He's the one that gave it a buy. He saved you. And no use for a name, right? That's the only one.
Yeah. And then the rest of them will get chosen at random.
Yeah,
their day in court.
The rest of them will go through wave one. We got the Ataris. We got the color and the shape. We got the brown soda. Dr. Octagon. We got some strung out. The grinder's
Tori
gonna
Amos
be
should
fun.
be up in there.
Tori Amos, Jawbreaker, Anthrax.
There's a decent amount of Jawbreaker in here, right?
Just your one.
Just one? I thought I put two in there for some reason.
No, you just did one.
Oh, I see some Faith No More. Cracked it.
Beastie Boys up in there.
R.E.M.
R.E.M. made it. I think R.E.M. made it twice, actually.
No, only once.
Only once?
No.
'Cause I only put it in once, unless I can't see anyone else putting REM in.
No.
I thought you had REM somewhere else.
Nope, I only had automatic.
Okay.
Out of Time did not make it for me. And Monster was, I think I put like number 7th for the year or something like that.
Should have made it. Only one Dinosaur Jr., only one Mudhoney, only one Bad Religion.
Only one COC.
Only
Only
one
one.
Metallica.
Only one
Yeah.
Social Distortion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Only one Snoop Dogg.
Only one
Snoop.
Skid Row.
Only one Metallica. Only
Well,
one
Only
Black
one
Hawk.
Ozzy.
Only one Alice in Chains.
Only one Pumpkins.
I mean,
Rock the
I would say
Lagwagon.
only one Descendants, but that was the only. Well, no, there was a.
No, that's the only
Yeah, guys,
Descendants.
our grinder is set. These are the
Yeah.
albums we're going to be choosing from. Not sure exactly when this meat grinder is going to air, but we are planning it to be a big extravaganza. We hope everybody sticks along and hangs out. Let us know. I mean, these are the albums. Which
Yeah.
one's your favorite?
We hope you've enjoyed 99 or the 90s so
Yeah.
far. Like I said, now we battle to the death for our album of the decade. But
Yeah, Pearl Jam versus Nirvana.
Easy.
Offspring versus Green Day.
Depends on the album.
Melvins versus Weezer.
Easy.
yeah, probably easy.
Yeah, probably easy there.
We might have different opinions on what the easy part of that is.
Well, you guys haven't heard Stoner Witch yet, so.
It's true. It's true.
In the garage.
Descendants versus Nofx would be a pain in the ass.
Ooh, yeah. That's going to be a rough one, too. Yeah, it depends. I mean, Punk and Drublick versus Everything Sucks. That's going to be rough.
That's tough.
That is.
I expect both those albums to make it to at least round 3.
That's
Well,
what
they face
everything
each other,
goes
yeah.
against.
Yeah.
Everything's up in the air here. So stick around. It's time for the meat grinder. It's time to make enemies.
Time to grind some meat.
That's right.
It's time for the alliances to actually show through. All these
Something dumb
alliances.
is gonna
Operation Cock, Operation Com, Operation CC, Operation WW. We'll see where the alliances stand.
Old Patton.
Make America melancholy again.
Oh, yeah. Melancholy album of the year. Album of the decade right there.
Y'all know that's not what I'm picking, but
Well, Bill might have a disagreement. Depending on what it goes against, I'll vote for it. Melancholy will get some votes from me.
yeah.
All right. As always, check us out Sundays. It's Black Sabbath Sunday. The first Monday of every month we live stream. So come join us in the chat on live stream.
And that's like what, 8 p.m. Central-ish?
Hopefully, yeah, 8 p.m. If we can get it going on time.
Yeah, join us.
Join us.
Well-oiled machine here.
Well oiled. Scripted to a T.
I'm about to get
Editor.
even more oil.
That's right.
Any good editors out there? We need them.
Or bad editors. We don't care.
Yeah, I mean, we're all consummate professionals.
Bad
So.
editor probably do better than me. All right.
I doubt that.
We want to thank you, Joe, for joining us.
My pleasure, as always.
Yeah, always. Always a pleasure.
Yep.
OG ODD.
OG ODD.
I'm loving. I can't wait for the meat grinder and then our 2000s.
Oh,
Yeah.
We'll be
It's
we
the
let
next
Bill
decade we're
choose,
gonna-
and he chose the
Yeah.
2000s. So
People
Fun
remember
MCR album of the decade already. Black
Boo.
3 Cheers album of the decade. Let's go, Bill.
We
The
got,
MC
the
Army
greatest story-
Alliance will hold
Greatest story
through.
ever told comes out in the 2000s.
2000s is gonna be rough.
Mm.
All right, be safe and make great decisions.
Where are the stupid people from? And how they get to be so dumb?
And then you go a little woo, and then a little whoop, 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 and then it's all, and then you're ready to go again. Yo,
Be
come
safe.
back now. You hear?